Good morning, everybody. I just had a good conversation with Mr. Anastasiades. I will now go straight to see Mustafa Akinci. I will have more to say when I have met both, but as you can imagine, we have been discussing the situation after Mont Pelerin 2. As I think everybody knows very well, Mont Pelerin 2 was a setback because we were not able to achieve all that we had expected to achieve in the second Mont Pelerin meeting, and the two sides decided that they wanted a short reflection period to think about the way ahead. I think that reflection period is now coming to an end, and I'm here to listen to both leaders to hear what their views are about what to do next. This is a leader-led process. The leaders, Mr. Anastasiades and Mr. Akinci, has the full support of the United Nations Security Council, the Secretary General, and of course myself. But it's in their hands to make up their mind about what is the right steps right now.
So do you think that is an unbreachable idea to restart the negotiation? Are there any breachable ideas to restart?
Well, this is exactly the things I can say more about when I've seen both leaders, because now I've seen one of them. I had a good conversation with Mr. Anastasiades. I think it was useful and productive. But of course, if there are any ideas to be shared, I will share them with Mr. Akinci first.
Are you transferring any message to Mr. Akinci?
I will not say anything about the substance of this, but I'm telling you that what we are working on, of course, is to see how we can re-establish the momentum we had, but this has to be a decision made by the leaders, and I am trying to facilitate that, but I cannot decide it over their heads.
What went wrong to Mont Pelerin 2? What went wrong, in your opinion? And you said it was a good investment. What happened?
Well, I mean, it's easy to say what went wrong. We were not able to reach convergence on one specific issue. Now, of course, we have a number of issues underway where we have not reached convergence, and then maybe we've done it later, or we will do it later. So in principle, this was yet another thing that we didn't agree upon. But since it happened in Mont Pelerin, since there were some very high hopes and expectations for that specific meeting, it created, let's say, a downturn in the mood surrounding the talks. I don't principally see any unbridgeable issues, but it's also very much about how to sequence things and how to get the...
Do you believe that President Erdogan created any problem in progress of the negotiation?
I'm not going to comment. I mean, I would basically say that this is a leader-led process. It's led by the leaders in Cyprus. They were there together. They were not able to achieve the agreements that we had hoped for, and that's what I'm going to say. But Stella was trying to.
What the next step could be according to you?
I will now see Mr. Akinci, and when I've seen Mr. Akinci, I've seen both, and it's easier to say something about that when I've met both leaders.
Okay, we have to go now.